just for.
Oh, is this the deposit fee for the other things?
For sure. And
Well,
just a little extra for you, lad. Times can be harsh.
Oh well, thank you. You're very kind. He smiles and pockets the additional 2 gold. Looks out at the blacksmith to make sure that he's not watching as he drops the gold into his pocket, and then brings out this chest and sets it on the counter. Opens it up and drops the additional gold in there and closes it back up. And then he puts it in this other box and locks it as he goes out. If you'll excuse me, we've got work to do. And he goes out into the forge, and you can see him talking to the blacksmith outside.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'll just meander on out of the blacksmith shop. Kind of out of character here, DM. I assume. Do I know Tokar?
If you want to, it would make sense that you guys would. I mean, we can make that work because he just got back from Cult, where you're from, so it makes sense that you guys might have traveled together.
Excellent.
So if you guys want to know each other, you can. If you don't,
yes, I prefer that. If that's cool with Tokar.
I hate him. He's a big oaf. No, it's cool with me.
Okay, great. So you know Tokar.
Well, I definitely try to leave the. I'll step out of the blacksmith shop and try to meander to where my dwarven friend is.
So you step out of the blacksmith shop and you look around, and the streets are very, very crowded. There's lots of hustle and bustle because today is the Feast of Feymarn, the celebration of the victory over the Dark Lords of Helgadad. And you happen to glance across the way and you see Tokar over there just shining his breastplate. Almost completely oblivious to else.
Of course. I'll approach him. It's Tokar. It's always going to be dirty if it's on you.
Oi, Brax. You say that, but you don't know armor like I know armor.
I know how to dent it.
Aye, that's true. How are you, lad?
Been better. Looking for work. Perhaps better travels are coming our way.
Oi, I hope so.
What about you?
I was visiting your lands, making sure that the iron supply there is good. Hopefully, that doesn't come back. We did run into a little trouble. Nothing we couldn't handle, though, being soldiers that we are.
Soldiers work for soldiers' pay, I assume.
Aye. Not much these days.
Tokar, you do remember that you have to report your mission to the temple.
Bloody hells, I gotta stop polishing this armor, get my arse up, and get down to the temple. Is it a temple? Or is it a keep?
It's the monastery is a temple.
Yeah,
the temple.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll accompany you.
Aye, the more the merrier.
We always seem to find trouble or perhaps work one way or the other.
Right you are.
Let's lead the way then.
Well, let's see. The temple is just to the south of here. It's been road pretty well traveled. So hopefully we won't have any issues. About how far is the temple from Tehran?
It's according to the scale, it's about 50 or so miles. So it'll take quite a while to get there.
So should we commission some horses? Maybe rent a wagon? It's a good little jaunt that direction.
If we do any of that, let's at least stay here for a few hours. I have some business with the blacksmith here.
Oi, the blacksmith. Aye, we can do that.
Do you know of him?
I know all the blacksmiths. Don't you see a warhammer in my hand and chainmail on me? I have to get this fixed occasionally, you know.
I suppose you do.
Uriah, what are you doing?
Can I be on top of one of the buildings, just kind of overlooking the crowd, just watching, being skulky and observant?
Sure, you can be Batman. What are you doing?
Just I'm just heading out on a roof with my back up against a chimney, watching pedestrians go by the streets, making sure nothing seems out of the ordinary.
So far as you can tell, there's nothing but a grand celebration going on. There's not even the shady, kind of streetwear dealers. Everyone is there's a sense of jubilation, a sense of excitement and electricity in the air. You from where you are, you can look down and you see this local strongman competition where this massive man is like lifting this gigantic fucking anvil, pardon my French, this gigantic anvil over his head, and people are placing bets as to how long he can hold it. And opposite him, there's another person, significantly shorter than this person, but also equally well built, is also holding an anvil above his head, and the two are betting who will drop the anvil first. And adjacent to that, there's a contest where people are eating like dogs. You can't really tell. They just seem to be smashing their face into this giant, what you assume is a pie. There's a parade of people and troops and just all kinds of things and wonderful carnival atmospheric type stuff going on.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Do we also, I guess the kind of the fair type carnival thing is just all around us, I assume, then?
Yeah, it's throughout the city.
Okay. Tokar, do you not participate in the festival here?
What do you think I've been doing for hours? Oh, that's right, a soldier's job. Can't exactly participate in the grand scheme of all of this, can I?
You need to learn to enjoy yourself, Tokar.
Well.
Be soldiering.
Well, you say that. However, soldier's duty generally comes first, but I don't mind taking, a few minutes, maybe most of the day, enjoying the festivities here. What'd you have in mind?
I was just giving it a once over. Just never know. Perhaps work could be found. Probably not, since everyone's in a festive mood, I suppose. I guess we should use our time to get some horses. If we want to make your journey to the temple, you can report to your overlords.
Fracking.
You're right. You do happen to notice that there's this dwarf that looks uncelebratory. He's just kind of polishing his chainmail armor, and he's got this frown on his face as he's looking towards this very, very large man that's standing next to him. Who's laughing? It almost looks like they're having banter, and the dwarf is losing.
Out of character, am I part of the Swords of St. Alma, or am I just...
As of yet, no.
Okay, so okay, cool. After I see all this, I just look to the sky, take just one final deep breath, and I start to clamber down from the roofs and keeping an eye on the dwarf and this taller gentleman.
Okay, so you're scrambling. Are you? You're not just climbing down the side, are you? You're actually like using the rooftops to go down, kind of
Yes.
parkour-ish, but not so parkour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because I don't feel like taking a swan dive off the top of an unknown height of building.
Yeah, that would be retarded. Anyway, so the dwarf and the man, Tokar and Braximus, stand up and they start making their way towards the stables as Uriah follows them, kind of sneakily. So let's see, Tokar, Brax, what are your passive perceptions? Wait, Uriah, are you trying to go unnoticed?
I mean, not really.
Not really. Okay.
Not just kind of falling through the crowd.
Okay, not a problem. So as you, Tokar and Brax, as you end up towards kind of the outskirts of the city, near the city wall, there is a stable. It's not a very nice stable. It's kind of dirty, but it looks like the stable boy just neglected his duties, and the man is shutting the door and he's locking it, and he's muttering something under his breath. Something cursing his stable boy essentially for not cleaning up, but they'll be fine until tomorrow. And he's locking up the door, and he turns around and he sees you two, and he's sorry, we're closed for the day. And he begins to walk towards you, but it's not in a menacing way. It's more to go and enjoy the celebration of the city.
This stable owner's the human?
Yes.
Okay. I look at Tokar and I give him a brief shrug, and then I put my hand up. Hold.
What do you want?
We could do some dealings. A poor, shoddy stable such as this looks like you're in need of customers.
Well, that's not untrue. My stable hand is rather lazy, but as you can see, the festivities have already begun, and it's getting late. What kind of dealings did you require?
We need but probably 2 nags from you that we could perhaps buy or rent for a journey well needed.
Well, I can't say that I rent my horses, but I could sell you these 2. It's the only 2 horses in his stable, and they don't look. They look old as fuck. Yeah. Well,
they're damn near dead. Don't you have something more better for a soldier of the swords of Saint Alma? Come on now, I know I've had better.
The swords of Saint Alma, you say?
I just came back with a shipment from Cult.
Well, you see, these horses aren't all that good, but they are capable of pulling a cart.
Would you happen to have whereabouts of a cart can be acquired as well?
Well, sure. There's one right behind my shop. We can hook it up, and you'll need a coach.
I shake my head
because I refuse to sell those. But
I shake my head because I feel like Brax should know things like that. You know, once you rent some horses, he has a cart.
Well, I could just imagine if the cart was anything like these horses. I was practically scared to ask.
The cart, actually, you can kind of peek around the corner, and you can see the cart, and it actually looks like it's been well kept. Like it hasn't seen a whole lot of use. People look like they come through here and buy horses and don't worry about the cart, because the cart has to be returned and buy the coach and everything, and it's significantly more expensive than purchasing a horse.
Looks like we could be doing this the old-fashioned way, Tokar.
I don't know if we have an outpost in this Toron over here. Maybe they could. I
don't know. So as far as you're aware, there are no other. There's not one in Toron.
Well, then I would have